Welcome to the stability ball exercise tutorial. So what that means is I'm going to show you a ton of exercises you can do at home using your stability ball, as well as dumbbells. So not every exercise uses the dumbbells. Every exercise does use the ball, so that's kind of needed. But we'll mix it up and try and target all of our body parts, our big muscles, our small muscles, and just have fun because that is possible with exercise. So we're actually going to start on the ground, laying on our back. This is called a dead bug, at least that's what I call it. Laying on your back, let me scooch down. Have your knees up, bent at 90 degrees, and both arms are supporting the ball. So you have all this space in here with the ball. Knees stay 90, arms up. Switching your arms and legs, you're gonna lift and drop. So drop and lift. You're alternating the arm and leg, and you're using opposites. So left arm, right leg, right arm, left leg. And you repeat this, keeping the belly nice and tight for, anywhere from 10 to 20. And that's counting each movement. This would be 1, 2, and so on. This is a great exercise for your core. I also like it as a warm-up exercise to a circuit that I may be doing. So since we're down here, I'm going to keep the ball and tuck it underneath my heels. The ball is brought all the way into my butt. Heels are on the ball. From here, with your arms down flat, you lift your butt. We're going to do a leg curl. So you pull the ball in and out, control through the heel, holding that butt up high. This is definitely a difficult exercise, so don't be intimidated if it's too hard at first. It's great for your glutes, for your low back. Your hamstrings are definitely gonna feel it. Same thing in terms of count. I'd say anywhere 10 to 15 is typically where I stay in range of. You will fatigue very easily doing those. Okay, we'll go to the ball pass. So this one's killer on your abs, also your hip flexors, because you'll see how I use my legs. So holding the ball between your feet up in the air, and the arms are touching it as well. You open the whole body, and then you exchange the ball as you lift it up. Drop down, pass, down. I'm hitting the couch, but you would go as low as you can. And you just take your time. If you want to get a little fancy, you can throw the ball, catch it at your hands, catch it at your feet. Same thing, 10 to 20 of those, and you'll be good to go. Let's see, where do we want to go from here? We'll stay down on the mat, doing another core exercise. We call this the ab roll. Maybe you've seen the wheel. For the ab roll, this is the stability ball version. So you're on your knees, the ball is close to your belly. I'm going to interlace my fingers, make a fist. Then the bottom of my hand is pressing on the ball. Nice and loose, I'm going to roll forward. My forearms are now on the ball, and then I'm going to pull back. Forward roll and back. When you go forward, you don't want to let your back drop. You want to keep a strong belly, just like in a plank. My feet are loose, and I'm just rolling forward and pulling it back. This one is tough on your low back. So if you have a weak low back, I do not recommend this exercise, but it's definitely a way to strengthen your back muscles and your core, the forward core, your abs. Same thing, 10 to 15 on the ab roll. So typically if I were making a circuit for a client, that involve this ball, I'm going to try and get the most out of it for that day. So if we do a core routine, we may go through each of those exercises for however many reps 3 times. So we would do the dead bug, we would do the leg pass, we would do the leg curl where you lift your butt, and then we would do the ab roll, and we would do it again, and we would do that 3 times. Then we would move to our upper body. So this is where you use your dumbbells, and we'll begin with seated exercises on the ball. So focusing on that core, nice and strong, sitting up long in posture. And I'm just gonna, for the sake of example, I'm gonna grab my 5-pound weights. Typically, I would have 5 to 20 for my clients. So 5, 8, 10. And then per exercise, we just feel it out. Chest exercises typically can go heavier, whereas shoulder exercise is probably lighter. So first up on the ball is just the basic bicep curl. You're probably familiar with these. You can curl with the arms together, or you can do an alternating curl. Right to left, right to left. If you want to, say, add an overhead press, you can do curl, press, down and curl. You can alternate that, curl and press, single side, curl and press, single side. Additionally, if you want to do a heavier weight and focus on one arm at a time, you can sit forward on the ball, roll forward. You want to have your legs forward, elbow to the knee. So imagine you're sitting on a bench right now. We're going to do a big bicep curl in and out, pushing the elbow into the back of the knee. That's your leverage point. And you want to get a full curl. So open the arm all the way, close it all the way. These are great if you're doing heavier weight because you want to really grow that bicep muscle. Whereas using lighter weight and, say, doing the alternating curls, that's more for your toning muscles. So since we did the overhead press variation with the biceps, we'll just go into shoulders. Again, basic exercise, shoulder press. Up and down. I like to bring the weights to touch. Some people prefer the straight line, as if you were holding a barbell. I like the fluid movement of the touch and coming down. So that's your shoulder press. And again, with any of these exercises that incorporate the dumbbells, typically the way it works is higher rep count, lower weight. If I'm using my 5-pound weights, I want to look to get 15 to 20 reps. If I'm using my heavier weights, I'm maybe going 5 to 10, depending on what I'm doing. So again, you just have to feel that out and what works best for you. In addition to the shoulder press, we have the lateral lift or shoulder lifts, forward lift, maybe called delt lifts because it's the deltoid muscle. I like to alternate forward and side. This way my muscles fatigue not as quickly as they would if, say, I did a repetitive lift. Lift, lift. For some people, one direction may hurt their shoulders, so they'll avoid it. Again, I just like the variation, so it feels like you're doing more exercises individually over time. Let's see where we go from there. We can go to our triceps. A few options here with the triceps. One, overhead extension. So you're holding the dumbbell together. Chin is up, elbows are forward. A lot of the times you see people who open up. If you want to really target the back of your arm, tricep, you want to keep the elbows in tight. I always say squeeze your face. You lift and you drop. Lift and drop. You're going to feel that on the back of your arm. This is our wing. And that's it. Up and down with control. Now, if you want to target one tricep at a time, you can do a variation with one arm. You start all the way up, and then you hinge, and you lift. Just like that. I call it a reverse hammer. I like the analogy of a door hinge. I keep my elbow nice and stable here. The only part of my arm that's moving is from the elbow to the dumbbell. So my arm's not coming out. It's just dropping and lifting. And then you would switch sides. Same thing, up and drop. Just like that. So either way, singles or doubles, that's the arms together. A third option for your tricep is a traditional kickback. Now, because we're using the ball, I'm going to use the ball. You can stand and do kickbacks, perfectly normal. We're gonna lean forward on the ball, and I'm clearing up this whole space to the right side of my body. Bringing my feet together, left forearm is resting. I hold my elbow up, and I'm gonna kick back and in. So my core is tight as I'm leaning into my leg. See how high that elbow stays? Just hinging like a door and lifting. These are tough. That's good because we hate that area of our arm. Okay, you would do that, and then say you just switch over to the other side. Lean forward, feet together, elbow up, hinge, open, close. So, as I mentioned with the circuit down on the mat, if I were doing this for a client, I would have them sit on the ball, do their biceps, do their shoulders, say with a press or with those lifts, and then we would do one of the tricep exercises. So we get all of the muscles until we need to target our chest. For the chest, I'm going to pick up heavier weights. We're going to do a chest press. And in order to do that, we're going to roll the ball back so that we're laying on it. We have to hold our hips up though, so that's important. Your posture from your hips, I just need to move back more. Hips to your shoulders are nice and strong. The upper body is resting though. So this is where I can do my shoulder press, or my chest press. Again, some people prefer not to touch the weights together, but lift like a barbell or press to touch. Another exercise for your chest that can be accomplished right here without moving would be flies. So I turn the dumbbells in to face each other. My wrists are facing each other, and I open my arms big and close them. Open, close. Nice control. Again, just your basic fly, supporting my body on the stability ball. And then last up, using one dumbbell for your chest is a pullover. So in the same position, I'm now holding the dumbbell with both hands, keeping my arms straight up over my chest. I reach back through the shoulder and pull back up over the chest. Back and forward. So again, this is working your chest. You'll feel it in your armpits. You'll feel it in your triceps too. And you want to do it with nice control. And while we're here, there is a tricep exercise you could go into. So keeping that single dumbbell, both hands, holding the arms up, you would hinge the elbow, reach behind the head, and lift. Otherwise known as a skull crusher, but I ask that you not hit your head. These can be done with a barbell. You might have seen someone doing them at the gym. So again, just another great exercise that targets that tricep muscle, and then we'll come up. For your core, while you're here, we can do core rotations. So I'm going to shift my body over here for sake of demonstration. So here, my back's on the ball, but my shoulders are up off of the ball. Keeping the arms straight, I rotate to the left and up. Typically, I would just go to one side. Left, return. Left, return. And then I would go to my right. Using the ball naturally as my arms reach to the side. You can also alternate sides left, right. Very good. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Oh, all right. We're gonna stand up now for a little bit. A great exercise that I use with a lot of clients to do squats with the ball against a wall. It's great if you know, you typically have knee pain or issues with your knees. I know this is probably my preferred squat. So just creating some space in front of me, I'm gonna step forward. My back from my tailbone to the top of my back are connected to the ball. And it's gonna stay there. As I squat down, I'm pushing the weight of my body against the ball, and I'll roll it down into a squat, feeling that use of my glutes and my hamstrings, and then stand right back up. So again, nice variation to a traditional squat. Up and down, nice and easy on the knees. Make sure you continue to push into that ball as it moves with you up and down the wall. If you want to challenge yourself, you can hold it. See what you got. Good. Okay. Kicking it up a little bit, just a little bit. Let's do tucks. So this I put it at the difficult level, you know, a little higher up there. You're going to get into a plank and you're holding the ball below your shoelaces. So I'll go down to my plank. I like to get on the ball like this. Some people prefer to start on their knees and put their feet up. I go down to my plank. I'm going to bring my left foot up to the ball. So you can either just hold this, or you would curl to tuck. Pull the knees into the belly, lift the butt. Again, these are pretty challenging. And you would repeat for 10 to 15. If you want to kick it up a notch, you can lift for a pike and go down. So the difference is you're keeping the legs straight as you lift and back down. Those are the most challenging, but they work. Last up, we're gonna do one more. Single leg, balance, strength. I don't know, fun for me because I like to challenge myself. Similar to how I got onto the ball for the tuck, I'm gonna put one foot back on the ball. Now, my left leg is now my working leg. Similar to a deadlift, I'm going to roll the ball back and reach forward. Pull it in, push it out. Push it in, pull it out. Just like that. Great exercise again. If you're working on balance, and then you switch legs. And you want to make sure that the ball is moving directly behind you so that your legs are still parallel lines one to the other. So this side's going to be a little more challenging for me. Put my foot back, reach, woo, and return. And I like to find one spot to stare at so that all of my attention goes to my physical moves and I focus on my balance. And there you have it. Stability ball exercises that you can do at home using dumbbells. Plenty of exercises that you didn't need those dumbbells. And I hope you enjoy them and create some fun workouts, or come to me and I'll do it for you. See you later.